Hello, hello.
Welcome in, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello, I am Nickname, and welcome to Going Platinum.
Woo! Thank you all for being here. It's nice to see a full crowd. Who was here for the PlayStation 1 panel last year celebrating 30th anniversary? Yeah, a few people. Awesome.
We're just feeling numbers.
Yeah.
How about the three of you introduce yourselves?
All right. I'm Icy Mind Racer, or Nikki. I've been playing games my whole life. Love the PS2.
My name's Scryjack. I'm a YouTuber. Grew up playing mostly PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I got my PlayStation 2 when my parents... there was the silver fat version. It was like a special edition at Kmart, and it was like $300. And I wanted to split it three ways with my parents, and my dad said, the only way that I'll give you $100 for that is if you sell me your PS1. And my dad saw Pong when that came out and hated it. So he's not a gamer at all, but he was like, "No, you have to sell me that." So I was like, "Okay, Dad, I'll sell you my PS1." And then just played all my PS1 games on the PS2. And he was like, "What the hell?" You know?
Yeah, money well spent then. I'm Spencer, also known as Colorshed or Colorshed Productions. I too am a YouTuber. I've been doing it for about a decade now. Also from Victoria. I primarily focus on game reviews, primarily in the racing and open world genre. Those are the ones that are usually the most popular. And also about 40% of those reviews are probably they're all on the PlayStation 2. It's a console that I've probably put the most hours into. It took me until late 2006 to finally get one. But the PlayStation 3 was almost out. But that was okay because I've always wanted to play PlayStation 2. It's one of the most iconic consoles, probably the most iconic of them all, in my opinion.
Yeah, well said.
Well, let's get things started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
We're better than the beginning. Our first games.
Who's going to go first with the first game?
Well, why don't you start us off, Jack? Why don't you start us off very strongly?
Okay, so when I got my silver PS2, I went to Kmart to pick it up, and they didn't have any of the games there that were supposed to be bundled with it, and so they're like, "We'll give you a free game." Cool, what would you like? And I'm like, well, I'm a big Spyro fan, so I'll get Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, which is not a good game at all.
Understatement.
I think the world record speedrun time for that game is like 9 minutes. You can just go and glitch straight to the final boss, and it's not good at all. But I loved it. I 100%ed that little old me while I was waiting to get my other games, and it's got a weird sort of spot in my heart, this love-hate relationship that I wouldn't change for anything else. I love that game through all its flaws.
Spyro is an interesting thing after the PS1, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not good.
Have you played
it? Wasn't by
Heroes Taylor?
Insomniac Games.
Yeah.
So
I've played them all, and then they're not good.
yeah.
I should also point out just quickly for if you like what we're saying, feel free to cheer. But if you don't like what we're saying, feel free to boo as well, because we've got a section coming up later, and you'll want to let some emotion out, I reckon.
I'll go next. So 2005 was when I got my one. Bit late to the party, as I seem to always be with consoles. But that was also the year that I really got into sport. NRL and AFL, as you could see there. Already starting, wow. You're going to love the rest of this panel, I assure you. It just really happened that Sydney happened to win the same year that I got into the sport, not a bandwagoner in the slightest. But that also, the same year, was AFL Premiership 2005.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yes. I would say this game is kind of aged poorly. But there are things that I do love.
I take that back.
I'm pretty sure like the most modern AFL game is aged poorly. Like
That is true. That is true. I just love the little setup that they have. There we go. Yeah, quality gameplay as always. It just felt fitting to just like absolutely demolish Collingwood. I don't know. If you're an AFL fan, I feel like you can all resonate with that feeling.
Definitely.
How dare you?
I did have a lot of fun with that.
I do actually remember briefly seeing this actually at a kiosk because I also go for the Sydney Swans. I actually went to not the grand final itself, but also the actual, there was like a giant screen. I think it was at Punt Road. And there was like a kiosk next to the big screen. It was AFL Premiership 2005. And this was only just a couple of days after the game actually came out. That's pretty much the only thing I really remember. I think the more of the memory was just the Swans winning the Premiership that year. Look, I was 10 years old. Cut me a break.
Spencer, you go next.
You're up next.
Oh boy. No, actually, this is considered one of the best. I didn't expect there to actually be any noise. That's more like it. Thanks. Yeah, the first time I ever saw a PlayStation 2 was at a birthday party. It was around middle of 2002. I could actually literally remember the exact house and what time of day it was. It was split. Yeah, it was split screen multiplayer. And it was on a super speedway. I just remember it very vividly, just like how mind-blowing the graphics were for its time. Because going from PlayStation 1 to 2, and obviously Gran Turismo 3 is just one of the big showcases of that. This was before Grand Theft Auto 3. This was before Jak and Daxter. This was before Metal Gear Solid. So this is like one of the very first games to come out. And it blew me away. You'll probably disagree with me, though, of whether it's good or bad. I mean, yes, I know. To get started, obviously, the Gran Turismo mode is very, very slow because you're literally just doing the same event with the same Toyota Yaris. But, eventually, when you do get the faster cars, you start, going through the events and driving all of these really cool ones. So, then I'm just thinking, is it the video game I put the most hours into? No, that's actually next. That'll be the next game we'll talk about very, very soon.
Yes.
But it's a hard call between Gran Turismo 3 and 4 being my favorite. But I had to mention it because it's the first one I ever played. Loved it.
Awesome.
All right.
You're next.
I have very early memories of playing.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, very early memories of playing SX Tricky with my mum, funnily enough. I think this is the only PS2 game that she played. Don't know why. But this is a snowboarding racing game. You do tricks to fill up your boost and just try and get to the end in first place. But the fun part is you get to knock down your opponents. Just a simple flick of the right stick. You knock down an opponent and it fills up your boosts. And
what about that theme song though?
Yeah, that is.
Oh yes. It's been stuck in my head ever since I played it. So you got tons of characters, tons of outfits and boards. Yep. And each character, they have either a friend or an enemy. And I used to play as Kaori, and Kaori's friend was Marty, a nice, quiet guy. And their enemy is, yes, that is the tactic. You knock down an opponent at the beginning, fill up your boost, then you can do awesome tricks. Yeah, and if you do 6 tricks or 6 tricky tricks, you get unlimited boost for the rest of the race. Very helpful. Yeah.
Have you tried doing that in real life before?
No.
No? Okay.
We've never seen the snow. I don't think it really snows in Australia. Sadly.
We'll have to go out in the grass and try it later, I think.
Okay, it's definitely better simulation.
But my favorite part was just knocking down a specific character called Simon. That is Simon with a PSY, like Psycho. Simon, yes. He was very, very fun to bully. Yeah.
No. All right. Well, obviously, we've talked about, the games we first got brought up on. But what about the ones that we consider our favourites? The goats, if you will. I included the nice little Shrek 2 goat for you on the bottom right corner there. But I'll go first for my one. So, my favourite game,
wow,
it's got to be Tomb Raider Legend. For me, I consider it the best Tomb Raider game. I consider it one of the best adventure games. I think it incorporates the best elements of the core design PS1 games. I think it does a lot with, modernizing it in a way. I think it's timeless. I think it holds up. And the fact that when this game came out, it was a very weird time for Tomb Raider, Chronicles was underwhelming. The two Lara Croft movies, as beloved as they are now, weren't very critically acclaimed at the time. And of course, we don't talk about the Angel of Darkness. That game doesn't exist. It was just weird that it could have lingered in purgatory for quite a while after that. But in comes the Gex people of all things to just completely change the way that adventure games are perceived. Uncharted. You can easily see those kind of inspirations.
Dude Raider.
Dude Raider was a big thing for Uncharted before it came out. Of course, Uncharted is now usually the standard for adventure games, but back in 2006 when they came out, Lara Croft was the girl. So yeah,
good decision. As for my favourite game, and definitely no bias on the title. It's funny, I actually played Jak 2 first, the weird dystopian GTA trying to be a sequel. But when I finally played this, whenever I think of PlayStation 2 and like the technical achievements that were happening at the time, and just the visual style, audio and all that sort of stuff, I just think of the first Jak and Daxter game. There's just so much about it that, really was ahead of its time. Like, it is pretty much an open world game, prior, coming out the same year as Grand Theft Auto 3 and stuff like that, but it wasn't that, gritty, real stuff. It was still sort of bridging the gap and really emphasized a lot on taking what Naughty Dog learned with Crash Bandicoot and the platforming and then bringing that through the next generation. And the soundtrack's awesome. Man, I've, countless playthroughs, countless times I've played it. I could gush about this game all day, to be honest. It's just so cool. But I used to be terrified because of Misty Island, which is up there. It's like the real scary place, and there's dark water there. Don't step in that or you'll die, and fog and stuff. And I was like, I'm not sure. Oh, the spider cave. Like it was
little wuss.
Yeah, I was a wuss. But no, I just liked that you could go from such a, and it's day and night cycle as well. One moment you're on the beach and it's beautiful and sunny, and then you sort of have that ADHD moment where you're trying to do one task and then accidentally stumble into 5 others, and then you find the solution to the first task and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and that's 3 levels over, in a dark, spooky island. So yeah, whenever I think PS2, I think of Precursor Legacy, absolutely. And all the Jak and Daxter games. I mean, come on.
I think what was interesting about Jak and Daxter is it sort of was the bridge between Naughty Dog sort of focusing on your younger audiences into a more mature one.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that makes sense. Not just the franchise, but each one individually. Like, if that makes sense. Like, you've obviously got Precursor Legacy, which is like a sort of like PlayStation's answer to Banjo-Kazooie, and then you got up to Jak 3, which is like, more like cyberpunk and such.
And like Mad Max.
Yeah, and then eventually Uncharted, and then Last of Us.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
Where does Jak X fit into all that, though?
Jak X, look, I love Precursor Legacy, but Jak X was my second favourite because that's an awesome racing game. It's basically a kart racing Burnout. It's awesome. I love that game. It's good. It was the last good one. We don't talk about the others.
There were other ones?
Yeah.
I see.
All right. My favorite game.
Yes. Good choice.
Excellent. Yes, I chose Ratchet & Clank 3 out of the original trilogy because it introduces one of the best characters in the franchise, Lawrence.
Yep.
Does anyone remember?
Yes.
Thank you. I was worried that no one will remember Lawrence. But also Dr. Nefarious, I guess, yeah. So the plot, I guess, is trying to, Dr. Nefarious is trying to turn all the organics, like us, into robots, and Ratchet & Clank go to stop that. They join a team, they recruit a monkey guy, I think his name is like Captain Quark. Yeah. It's also got some pretty good music. One of the bosses is Courtney Gears. She has a really good lyrical music and instrumental boss fight music. One of the most memorable things for Ratchet & Clank as a franchise, for me at least, is the sound design. I really like it when you just break a lot of boxes and then just collect all the bolts.
Oh, yeah.
The sound of the collecting the bolts, it's just so memorable. Or just walking along the floor or metal floor and all the click clacks of the sound, even just that, it's just really good. Yeah.
No, Ratchet's good. I'm a Ratchet 2 guy over Ratchet 3. Yeah. Just the satisfaction of, once you get the box breaker and, on a New Game Plus playthrough and you're getting a multiplier of like 20 times the bolts and you just one smash, bang, the whole level just blows up. It's like,
it's so good.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's good.
One thing that always stood to me about the Ratchet and Clank titles in general, I think, were the suggestive titles. In for example,
What do you mean, Spence?
well, going commando,
Yeah.
up your arsenal, size matters, quest for booty, a crack in time, and that was initially called Clock Blockers.
Was it?
Seriously.
That's good.
All for One, that was initially called Foreplay. And of course, Rift Apart. So,
And of course, rip you a new one.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, if you look at the original trilogy, you got Ratchet and Clank, then Ratchet and Clank 2. I had locked and loaded, not going commando. And then Ratchet and Clank 3,
Yes.
locked and loaded, followed by up your,
Yes, up your arsenal.
I didn't notice that as a kid, but when I got older, I'm like, hold on, I get these jokes now in the game.
Maybe people from Japan didn't, from Sony didn't, just went through their heads probably.
No quality control.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of, not getting a lot of jokes until you were older, I guess Spencer's favourite game is one that...
Please cheer for this one.
too many people...
Yes, there we go.
Too many people played this
Thank
when
you.
they were far too young.
Yes. We were all too young playing Grand Theft Auto, but we just didn't care. When it comes to the Grand Theft Auto franchise in general, it has become a bit of a running joke. Like for example, blah blah blah. This happened before GTA 6. We hear it all the time. I'm sick of it personally, but that's okay. I'd rather. But anyway, GTA 5, that's considered a masterpiece. But over time, people have really started to dislike it just because GTA Online. It's just been overexposed, I think is the best way to describe it. It's just been milked to death. But even then, deep down, we still love the franchise because whenever a new one comes out, I mean, just the trailer for GTA 6, that was like 100 million views in like one day. So it's almost easy to take for granted how influential the GTA series was back then, especially during the early 2000s. GTA 3, it sort of set the foundations for open world sandbox gameplay. Like there were a few that were coming out around that time, but I think GTA, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and of course San Andreas. That was it just seemed to click on all of the right boxes. In terms of driving, getting out of vehicles, and also rampaging, of course. We all do that. Obviously, that's actually a story mission. Also, San Andreas specifically, I think that one's probably my favorite because it just seemed to introduce a lot of new features compared to Vice City. You were able to you're able to swim. You're able to RPG. This mission, that one.
All you had to do.
I didn't think it was that hard, personally.
All right, the flex.
Show off.
What are your thoughts on the stories games?
So the funny thing about the stories games is, San Andreas was my first, and then I got Liberty City Stories, and I'm like, man, this game is like a quarter of the size, and why do I have to load each thing? I didn't realize that it was like originally a PSP game.
Same.
They're not nearly as good as San Andreas, I don't think.
Yeah,
they're okay, but it is what it is.
I don't remember this mission. Oh, is it just a random encounter?
I'm probably just
vigilante
wasting
side mission.
Just getting enthralled in the gameplay there.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That was another thing as well. Being at instead of being in the city, you were able to also go into had forests, had a mountain, you had 3 separate cities instead of just one giant one, and it was a huge map for its time. Yeah. And obviously, this is a good mission.
This is definite show off.
I want to say, does anyone remember being on YouTube in like sort of at the dawn of YouTube and seeing like very early GTA San Andreas, like machinimas and stuff like that. People making their own little like music videos and stuff. I got big into that, and that's actually the first sort of creative stuff I started to make before I started my channel. So I've got a lot of nostalgia for those really old, shitty like music videos people would make. Just playing San Andreas.
I just remember for Battlefield actually.
Yeah.
Same thing. Another thing too about what?
There were not a lot of games on the PS2 where you could do that, especially when this came out.
The freedom is really
Literally a sandbox.
Yeah.
It just felt like there was there was nothing you couldn't do in this game. That was the best feeling of that, especially playing this in 2004. Another thing to also note as well is I think when it comes to Rockstar games and Grand Theft Auto, it's sort of the sort of thing that, it was that, adult non-gamers would get into. Like, this was at a time, before then you had Mortal Kombat, you had Doom, you had those mature titles. But I think Grand Theft Auto, like San Andreas, for example, it's the sort of game you would fit next to a DVD of Pulp Fiction or a CD of NWA Straight Outta Compton. Like, you put those two together, it would actually, it's just that sort of adult lifestyle, if that makes sense. Because obviously Rockstar Games, Dan Houser, the Houser brothers originally were into music, so hence why the soundtrack, obviously, the radio stations in these games are also quite epic. We should probably move on.
We could all talk about this all day.
Yes.
All right.
Good choice.
I'm going to come down into the audience shortly. I have a few little presents to give away. I'm going to come and ask you guys what your favourite game is. So, raise of hands if you would like to talk to me, or if you'd not like to talk to me, you can also raise your hand. I'll come and find you. All right. Let's see. What's your favourite game, sir?
I like the T-pose. I think that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yes, good choice.
Baby's first Grand Theft Auto.
Metal Gear Solid 2 deserves its flowers, I feel.
Yes, good choice.
Yes.
Very good choice. Very good choice.
The B-movie game.
Good lord. All right. Last one.
Burnout 3, while it was still good.
Very good choice.
Burnout 3, excellent game. Awesome. All right. What's our next topic, guys?
It is hidden gems.
Ooh.
I see. Would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, all right. So this is a game that I played multiple times. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, it is based off the 2007 movie, but I'm pretty sure I played this game first, and then I discovered the movie, and I was very confused as to why I knew the plot. But yes, this game is always always has cinematic bars, even in like the menu, just to remind you, like, this is a movie game. But you get to play as every turtle. They all have different combats because of their different weapons. For example, Donatello is very slow with his bow staff, but he has range, and he can also pole jump over gaps. There are team-up abilities as well, and I have a very fond memory of getting stuck on one of the final bosses. I could not beat it for years, even though I played it like multiple times. They had like a really slow, long charge-up move that did a big like AoE on the whole stage. So I couldn't dodge it, I couldn't block it. I tried attacking them, didn't work. And then I finally realized after like so many years, do a team-up attack. It's like so simple. But like that was just like one of my proudest like moments in like, I don't know, my video game life. Not having to use a guide for it.
It's true.
Or like a cheat code. I remember those things you get from school, like order in like educational stuff and all that. I got a PlayStation 2 cheat book out of one of those from school. I've still got the thing at home. Nick.
Alrighty. So for me, I was thinking, what is underrated, And for me, it's a game that I think is not appreciated because it's often seen as for kids, but considering where this IP was at the time, it's Lego Batman. Arkham Asylum wouldn't come out till the year after, so this was the quintessential game if you wanted to be the Dark Knight, you know. It did such a great job of, you know, showcasing each of the rogues gallery of Batman. The fact that you could have a story in the Batcave, but then also there's a secret hidden prequel story with the villains in Arkham Asylum. That was really cool. And also, just look how gorgeous that game is. Like, it just captures the 90s Batman aesthetic so well. You know, everyone talks about Lego Star Wars and Lego Indiana Jones, and they are fantastic, but when it comes to underrated, Lego Batman is where it's at, in my opinion.
Yeah, I also recommend this game. I actually played this last month because I'm currently in a DC phase thanks to the Superman movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely recommend playing this game. And also, there's a movie about this game. Have you watched it?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yes, it's so good.
All right,
Spencer.
Yes. When it comes, the game that I've chosen was sort of. I thought there'd be no reaction. It's a very hidden gem after all.
This has been Diesel, right?
No, that's
No. This is has anyone played Stuntman Ignition? Yes. Basically, this is the predecessor to that, if that makes sense. It was originally developed by Reflections, who made the Driver games, and basically all you do is just stunts for a different types of films, and you got to hit the cues at the right time, and it is a very hit them at the right time. I didn't really come up with many notes for this, so I'm trying my best to just describe it while the game.
What was your favourite stunt to do in Stuntman?
Probably the last one, because it was probably the most satisfying one. I think it does appear on here as well, but everything's all just frantic happening at once. You got to go past this car on the left side, and you got to do it from the other side as well. You got to do it's all one by one. It's all margin. It's all there's a lot of trial and error involved.
It's almost like a racing puzzle game. Almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, you say racing, it's college and racing. Of course, you're going to bring that up. But no, I really enjoyed it. It's because I like the fact that the difficulty. It's a very difficult game because you basically have to get almost 100%. You have to be 100% almost literally every single stunt, or you got to do it all over again. And sometimes the physics of the vehicle do fail on occasion, but otherwise, I just love the franticness of it. The variety of different films that you do as well, because first thing like the first film you're doing is like a London gangster film, and then all the way to the final film, it's literally a parody of James Bond.
That's cool.
So
that's cool.
Nice.
I believe there are a lot of good James Bond games on the PS2 as well. I haven't played them. Just on that note, did anyone else here play any James Bond games on the PS2?
I played Nightfire. That game is incredible.
Oh yeah, that was one of the first Xbox games I've ever played. Oh wait, we don't talk about that console.
We'll get kicked out.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
All right. For my underrated game, it's one that...
it's funny you brought up Everything or Nothing, because same developer.
Yeah. What can I say about The Sims 2 Castaway? It's Ark before Ark. It's basically like a survival game. You build your sim as you normally would. You get deserted on a stranded island, and you have to make do. You have to learn to fish. You have to craft spears out of bamboo. It really is actually like a survival sort of, not horror, but a survival game.
Yeah.
With all the beauty of The Sims. So you can build your little lean-to banana leaf shanties to live in, and you can wear grass skirts, and instead of having friends to talk to, you might see shortly, you talk to monkeys, and you can train them to go and hunt for you and be your little servants. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, look, they're so happy.
The Sims is very different. Like, the console counterparts are just so unique compared to what the actual PC versions are like.
Oh yeah, it's a real. They were all very condensed, but you get some of the most unique Sims experiences out of that. And again, for the time, it had a big open world that spanned 3 different islands. You could set up camp wherever you wanted, explore like volcanoes, and there was mysteries, and finding pieces of a treasure map, and the entire goal of the game was to find a way to get home. And so there was always. I like to name my little minions. So yeah, no, it was just such a different game from that era, and I can tell you right now, even just putting it on just to get like a minute of footage, I probably played like 2 hours of it. It's one of those games that just sucks you in entirely. So yeah, no, that's definitely one I think more people should try.
All right, you ready for this? So obviously we're talking about underrated games, but what about overrated games? I felt like the title was fitting.
Yeah.
Spencer, why don't you take us up for the first one?
No one will go nuts over me over this one. Even then, it's not like... It's sort of... Yeah, even then, it's... I honestly couldn't think of an overrated choice, personally, because, any PS2 game that I played was pretty good, and I feel like any one that I didn't like, usually they were rated pretty well.
You're too nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the problem. But yeah, the only one I could think of, really, is The Getaway, which, yes, for its time, it was pretty good, being able to, with its motion capture and trying to be a recreation of, against a London gangster film, using motion capture also for the performances of the face, and and this was before they were they were developing this like when the PlayStation 1 still existed. So a bit like also along with Mafia, the open world genre had to start somewhere. So. But yeah, I just felt it was probably a bit too clunky. Not helped by the fact that there was no dashboard, no HUD thing. So therefore, you had to use basically the indicators to show which way you're supposed to be going.
I do like that. I do like the indicators.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It didn't make it very clear. There were no instructions. It was just from the very beginning, it just threw you straight into the deep end. Like I failed like literally the first thing like 5 times. You had to chase. You had to actually chase someone. I had no idea. Also, your vehicle's damaged very easily, and what else? Yeah, enemies surround. Yeah, you had no chance. You had no way to take cover. It was just incredibly luck based. So, it was
still good for like an early open world game.
And it also set the foundation because it was developed by the same person who would go on to direct L.A. Noire and develop all those techniques, which and that was obviously a much better game. So you had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was definitely interesting to review at least.
Onto yours, Nick, which is
it's only going to get worse from here, guys. So my overrated game is Spider-Man 2. Oh, whoops!
No. Oh no!
Ignore that.
I warned you. We're getting there. But we'll start with me first. So, I don't hate this game. I should point that out. I just don't think it's very good. The web swinging, I think, in particular, is probably one of its strengths, but you really have to kind of get the hang of it. The pizza time music, obviously, I do love that. That is, you can't not love that.
Yeah.
And the combat is really punchy. But everything else just kind of sucks for a tie-in game. The voice acting is horrible. It really is. No, like, Alfred Molina is like the only exception to that, but everyone else just absolutely phoned it in.
And like,
does it actually have the voice act?
It does, yeah. It has all of the cast.
All of them, I thought it was just Toby.
No, Kirsten Dunst's in there, Alfred Molina's in there.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
I know,
that's how bad
exactly.
It was.
Visually, it looks arse as well.
It's fine.
The overworld, I mean, that one balloon kid, I wanted to strangle them.
Did they put him in any of the new Spider-Man open world games?
No, they didn't.
There's actually a picture of him in the new games.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. Lest we forget.
And probably the biggest crime for a Spider-Man game, no alternate costumes. And I think that's ridiculous.
That's disappointing.
Because, like, Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 understood that. Spider-Man 2 for the PS1 understood that. But for some reason, Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 doesn't have it in any capacity.
Even Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on the PS1 had alternate Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
And that's not even a Spider-Man game.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like, I just think for its time, it was a good tie-in game, but it's not an 8 out of 10 game. It's not. Anyway, I gave you the tease.
Anyway.
Let's put you through the ringer.
Yeah, all right. Give it to me.
Explain yourself, Jack.
Yes. You're all wrong and you know it. It does suck, thank you. So this is the only thing I prepared notes for, just to make sure I got everything right. So
Let him speak.
my first issue with Kingdom Hearts, I should preface this. KH1, I love that game. It was one of the ones I got with my PS2. It was really, it was magical. That's just Disney magic, right? The second one, everyone's like, oh, if you like the first one, you'll love the second one. Oh my goodness. Nothing happens for 90% of the game until the ending. All the worlds are just empty and flat. There's not as much emphasis on exploration, which I kind of liked about the first one. Every world you have to revisit multiple times. It just becomes a real slog. I think that's 50 hours just to get to the end. I'm not an RPG guy, if you couldn't tell, but it's just starting the game out in Twilight Town, and you have to do a bunch of mini games, like the little skateboarding and stuff, which I should like. I'm a skateboarder. I like my Tony Hawk games, but it was just awful start. Donald and Goofy, the two of the three main characters are essentially passengers. There's nothing about, balancing. I enjoyed the balancing act of the first game. We have to make sure everyone's sort of leveling equally, and you can sort of lean on your cohorts a bit. Whereas, as much as I love all of the drive forms and limits and stuff like that, using those removes Donald and Goofy from the equation a lot of the time, and you're just so beefed up as Sora that nothing can really stand in your way. I hate the cloaked idiots. And the Pirates of the Caribbean area is one of the worst things I think I've ever played in any game. It is
100%.
It is. I mean, look, the characters look great, and that's where it ends. Being stuck on the ship with the whole light and dark mechanic where you can't attack enemies until they're in the light or the dark. I don't remember. It's such a slog of a game to get through. Awesome soundtrack, I'll give it that. And, I do like some of the improvements over KH1. But, all those people who told me that, you need to play it, shut the fuck up.
It wasn't simple and clean enough for you, in other words.
This is caption footage from the remaster, right?
Yeah, I should preface that. I did play the remastered version on PS4, but... what was that?
All right. You're up.
Please don't hate me for this.
Nobody hates Sonic more than a Sonic fan.
I heard of fair enough, so that's something.
If you like the same, you don't like it for the gameplay. It's terrible. You like it because of the characters and the story, and probably the music as well, right? The gameplay is not smooth. It's very clunky, switching characters. Even, I would say, slow for a Sonic game. Yeah. When you finish off a stage, they do the victory pose, but there's no victory music. They just do it in silence. It's really, really awkward.
It's like a creepypasta.
Yeah, it's just 10 seconds of silence and then doing a pose. The victory music happens afterwards when the score pops up, but I don't know what the scores mean. It's 5,000, 4,000, what is this? I'm always getting C's and D's, and it's just, I can't get an S rank in this game. But I should probably mention that I never finished this game. I always got stuck on the pinball stage, which is stage 5 and 6 out of 14. So I didn't even make it halfway through the game.
Maybe it gets better after the pinball stage somehow.
I doubt it.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah, it's just not a good game.
All right. Well, we've been talking about soundtracks throughout, but of course, one of our favourite parts of last year was showing off the soundtracks of some of our favourite games.
Yeah.
Why don't you hit us off again? You were the last one for the overrated. Let's start you off with the soundtrack.
Yeah. All right, so best soundtrack, I chose Sonic Heroes.
Music speaks for
I
itself.
mean, yes, listen to this song. I never got to this part of the game, but it's really good. Actually, hearing this song for the first time made me go back to Sonic Heroes to try it out, and I just stopped at stage 3 and 4. It's terrible, right? But you got this song, What I'm Made Of by Crush 40. You got the Sonic Heroes theme, but also the stage themes are really good. Favorites, stages 1 to 4, again,
Crash
Yeah.
40 and Sonic usually just go so well hand in hand, you know?
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's definitely one of my favorite songs. Funnily enough, I heard this song for the first time in like year 9 computer class, like doing a Scratch animation. Do we remember Scratch? No, it's just me? Alright. Yeah, I just heard it in a Scratch animation and I just kept on listening to it. It was great.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any soundtrack, to be honest. And that's probably usually the only reason to even play a Sonic game is the soundtrack. That's
Yeah.
just my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Even like Forces, which no one likes. That soundtrack's still pretty good.
It is.
I had so many options I could have gone with. I really struggled, but in the end, I decided to go with the soundtrack for Shadow of the Colossus.
Good choice.
Don't hurt yourself, mate. Yeah, it's got it's so moving, it's so calm. I went with just the opening because that opening is one of my favorite openings to a game ever, really. I don't think I've played a game before where the tone is just set so perfectly from the get-go. Every piece of music complements the actions of the game. You know, you're going into this strange land, you're destroying these huge, towering, monsters, and the music makes you feel bad about it the whole way through. There's not a nice... It's such a depressing game. You are sad the whole way through, and part of that is thanks to the soundtrack, but yeah, especially when the action kicks in as well, it's so easy to put yourself in that situation and get pumped up for the big action moments as well, as few and far between as they are. So yeah, for me, Shadow of the Colossus, absolutely.
Nice.
Okay, I think I am next. Now, I am kind of cheating a little bit on this one because it's actually a licensed soundtrack, but,
It's pretty good.
Yes, it is very good. I think really I wanted to use this, one, as an excuse to actually put a Tony Hawk game on this on this panel because it had to be mentioned. But it's just a compilation of hip hop, rock, punk that really shaped my music tastes in general as a little kid. Both Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, but Pro Skater 3 is probably my favorite of the Tony Hawk's PS2. Of all the Tony Hawk's games on the PS2, you had CKY, you had Alien Ant Farm, Wish, If You Must, Amoeba. Yeah, it's really good songs, aren't they? And I guess just listening to those songs, I guess it just takes me back. Yeah, it just takes me back to a time. Racing a tire, riding motorbikes. X Games, Slipknot, System of a Down, Queens of the Stone Age, Muse. Going back to what Nick said, the AFL. Playing junior footy. Going back and playing all those Tony Hawk games and hearing that soundtrack. Loop back and forth as you restart.
That's the one thing I really like about Tony Hawk's and Grand Theft Autos is they're really a time capsule of a certain sound and look.
In the early 2000s,
era. And it's just instant nostalgia straight away.
It goes for it goes for other video games on the PS2 that also had licensed soundtracks. Like you had the Need for Speed games, Underground 2, that was a good soundtrack. Burnout 3, of course, and Grand Theft Auto, the whole Grand Theft Auto series with all their different radio stations of different types of different genres.
I don't know if GTA had anything like we're about to hear in the Nick's choice of greatest soundtrack, but
You aren't ready. I do have one question to ask. Who here has a passion for fashion?
Hit it!
yeah. He loves it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
You're such a gamer girl.
Someone had to be the rookie of this panel.
Oh god.
But how good is that? This is a Bratz game. And it's rock.
Is that licensed or is that like an original?
No, it's for the soundtrack. So, my sister, who obviously I didn't go out and willingly play this game.
I don't believe you.
I know. Mary Kate and Ashley last year, Bratz this year.
You borrowed this off your sister, I think. She borrowed this off you, yeah.
Look, the game is mid. But I know, huge shock there. But no, this soundtrack got me through 100%ing it for her. Like, and it's only like a 4-hour game. I should point that out. But it felt like 15 hours. Like, it was a slog. But honestly, going into each of the stores, you know, and just hearing this, it's like, this is too good for this game. It very much is. Like, you could hear this on the radio and just be, you know, none the wiser. Like, at the end here, there's an awesome guitar solo at the very end. And it's like, again, it's Bratz!
Can I just mention, I think I have played this game, and it's actually, I enjoyed it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe it was more up your alley for me, you know. I just didn't really enjoy hours of just, like, constantly changing costumes and...
I think you could like rollerblade around the main hub
Yeah.
area. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no. Fair choice. I understand.
Once we know where the budget for the game went.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
absolutely did.
All right.
All right.
Up next.
Speaking of Mary Kate and Ashley, we're not talking about it this year. Just prefacing that. I did make
There
a
was a Mary
disclaimer
Kate and
just to
Ashley
make
game.
sure you understood that fact.
There was a Mary Kate and Ashley game on the PS2. Sweet 16. Sorry. I'll stop.
It's probably almost just as egregious because my choice is next because probably not just as egregious. Yeah, okay, probably.
You're
Just
setting them
just
up way wrong
select it.
here.
Just put it to the next slide. Probably a very boring choice, I would say. Just these are the kind of games that you would probably find at an antique store or a game shop for probably just a few cents.
In the bin.
Yeah, probably pick it up in the bin. You're desperate for a new game. Yeah, you want to start your collection. Start from there. But but this was the FIFA game I put the most hours into. Oh god, that takes me back. You know, the Socceroos in the 2006 World Cup in Germany. That was one hell of a squad that got that far. But anyway, I digress. The gameplay obviously is a bit more primitive, and obviously the character model, the facial models are quite. That's not what Mark Cristiano looks like. Good goal, nonetheless.
There isn't really a whole lot to say. It is just soccer at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just soccer.
that's all.
But
it
it's
is.
good soccer.
Yeah, it's actually like I said, the FIFA game I put the most hours into, and I just enjoyed the career mode, the manager mode, and also the unlockables as well. This was also before the time where good goal.
That is a nice
This was
header.
before the time when DLCs and microtransactions and Ultimate Team and all that stupid shit that EA Sports really doesn't need. Yeah, you just unlocked it by doing certain challenges and all the unlockables like third kits and also season previews as well. So just really enjoyable. That's my choice.
Good choice.
Nice.
I don't think anyone else would have picked it, but
Yes.
good choice.
I
Casual.
might have picked it. I used to love just bringing my goalkeeper to the other side and having them score a goal. Yeah,
Cheating seems to be in the trend for you.
I guess.
Well, you're up
Yep,
next.
I'm next. So I chose Simpsons Road Rage.
Good choice.
Hitman, hit and run's little brother.
Wait, so you guys like this game?
Yeah, I'm surprised there was so much cheers if you've actually
hold
played
on.
it.
Well, Hit and Run has already been mentioned.
It's just crazy taxi with the Simpsons. What's not to like?
True.
I
But
don't like
I played
crazy
it recently and it was very fast paced. I had to play to get some footage and it kind of made me a bit woozy in the end.
Oh my god, Marge's eyes.
Yeah, the animation is quite lovely. So like Mr. Burns is like, for some reason, made radioactive buses, so no one can take like public transport anymore. So everyone needs to be a taxi. All right.
I mean, to be fair, he did try to block out the sun for his own purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the craziest thing he's ever done.
So I used to play the Sunday drive mode mainly, which doesn't have a timer. You can just like drive around the map, pick up people, drop them off. But my favorite part was, again, bullying Mr. Burns. He would just show up and try to like crash into you and stop you. But I used to just love just running away from him for some reason. I just found that really exciting. Like, I like running away from, I guess, bad guys in video games. Is that weird to say? I like chase scenes.
might be the second ever video game I've ever seen. I reckon on a PlayStation 2. I remember playing that at a friend's house, and the only thing I didn't like, the only thing I don't like about Road Rage are the loading times.
Oh, awful.
Yes, over 30 seconds.
There are some challenges that are literally shorter than the loading times themselves.
Correct.
Awful. I do like with the world though. You sort of get to explore and everything's destructible, and you know it's sort of it's just fun driving around really. But
Yeah,
that's about
it's
it.
very fun. Yeah.
So
Beep beep! Out of my way! I'm a motorist.
it does have so much charm, doesn't it?
Oh.
I know, it's like exciting, isn't it?
Maybe to watch, not to play.
You're almost convincing me right now to play it myself.
Yep.
Now we've got a panel to do, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. So I'll go next. So I have like kind of two party tricks. One is I do a decent Goldman impression, which I will not share for you guys now because it traumatizes my partner down the front here. And the other one is I have pretty good music trivia knowledge. So for me, when I got around to playing Buzz.
Hey!
Yeah. I'm so glad people remember Buzz. You know, it's quite often the black sheep of the peripherals, which we'll probably get to shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Buzz is just such a unique game. You know, you had to actually have the physical buzzers, you know. Yeah, there it is. And it's just got such a cute, like a really fun aesthetic to it. You know, you get to like customize your different characters. You get to create choose really wacky, you know, buzzer sounds. Though, like I always went for like the awooga one because I just found that really funny. But yeah, no, like I think surprisingly it quite holds up. I played this a lot with my family. It was just one of those games that we just all got around together, and because it wasn't music, I didn't just dominate everyone. You know, everyone kind of had a fair shot. Yeah, I chose PAX AUS as the name. It felt thematically fitting. Yeah.
I just don't like the Muppet that runs it. He's actually like a Muppet the way he like looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like. He's freaky. He's just his eyes on the cover. It's like just bad vibes. But I'm a big Peripheral fan. You know, I might not look it, but I loved SingStar. I loved Buzz and all that sort of stuff. But for me, it was iToy. That was my shit. It's so funny to play it these days because in preparation for this, I needed about 5 minutes of footage, and I played for 6 hours. It's just that addicting, and let me tell you,
we're going to run this in its entirety. The crowd deserves this.
Yeah, there he is. Look at him go.
Just sit back and enjoy, guys.
Yeah, I love this shit. I don't know.
You're taking it too seriously.
Oh, just you wait.
The first time I saw iToy was over at a friend's house, and my mind was blown. Okay, I'm like,
Yes.
Look at this. Like, it's like I'm actually there. I've never played something so immersive as iToy in all my life. You know, spinning plates and like dancing and stuff. Like, you know. You think about like a Grand Theft Auto, there's so many different genres packed into a Grand Theft Auto. Well, iToy's the same. You get your dancing, you get your sport, you get...
It's a good workout. Yeah.
Let me just say, like, I used to play this all day when I was like 12. Now I'm 29. Man, it is one game and I like needed to sit down. It is rough, but like, it's... literally, it kicks your ass, but in a good way, you know. Like, and you can give the game a bit back. It's really oddly charming, and There's still so much more of this,
and we're gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking.
We're gonna run the whole clip.
Yeah, we're almost at the end.
But yeah, it was just a weird time. Like, peripherals were just such a big thing. Like, we talked about SingStar, you know.
Yeah.
Karaoke machines weren't really popular, you know. Like, they weren't really common. So, having a PS2 game that you could just sing your heart out to, all these like licensed tracks.
Or you can control Sonic with your body, which is what everyone wants to do.
Did we also mention Guitar Hero?
Of course.
Guitar Hero is another one.
That's
Yes,
the other
really
big
cool
pillar
one.
of the
Yep.
peripherals. You know.
Yeah, this Sega iToy, whatever the game is.
Yeah, Sega Superstars.
It's not good. I hear I'm doing some music. Look at me go. Yeah. For me, out of all the different iToy games, there was skateboarding ones, there was Spy Toy, there was all sorts of stuff. And the great thing about iToy is you get to take a picture when you get a high score, and the game saves that. And that's what I love about this. Is there's me. I was the biggest cadet, and then I also loved the beauty salon game. It was just pretty funky. You had to, cut people's hair. iToy 3 is my favourite, mostly because it was actually of most of the iToy games. This is me waxing someone's legs. Of all the iToy games, the main play series were the best because they were designed for it. But 3 was the only one that actually let you have multiplayer with up to 4 people all on one screen, all together. So you'd be hitting everyone in the head, trying to do stuff. That's my mum. I obviously called her in to look, Mum, I got a high score.
You're so proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks very proud, yeah.
This is my favourite though. This is where it starts to get crazy. iToy Pom Pom Party. You want to talk about niche peripherals?
Look, you criticize me for being a gamer. Go, what the fuck is that?
Listen, okay, if I want to be a party Pom Pom Princess, I will be. Okay. So yeah, iToy, absolute guilty pleasure. I feel like, get some friends together with some drinks and yes! I told you, it was a workout, okay? This is after 6 hours of this shit, okay? It's a lot of work. All right.
I wasn't expecting public nudity in this battle, but there you go.
All right. I think that's enough of my tits. I'm going to come into the crowd one more time.
Well, speaking of running,
yeah, I'm going to run around. I'll come over this side of the room now. I've got some more gifts to give out to people. I want to hear some of your guilty pleasure games. So, show of hands, if you would, if you want me and my big tits to run over. All right. We've got like 3 minutes left, guys.
Yep.
All right.
It was Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X? Yeah, cool. There you go, mate. All right. Guilty pleasure games.
The PlayStation 2 version of Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
I like that game.
there you go. You earned that. All right.
Another Sonic game I've never finished.
I'm noticing a trend for you.
Mine would have been Madagascar.
Madagascar on PS2. That's good. Oh, I should give you that as well. Good choice. All right. Last one. I'm going to come right there.
Oh, it has to be Shadow the Hedgehog for PS2 right there.
Yes, very good.
All right. I think it's about time to wrap up.
Yep, we have one quick final rapid fire round. We don't have any slides for it. Well, we have this last one. It's called Games/Franchises that we couldn't fit anywhere else in the panel but still wanted to acknowledge in some capacity. That one kind of felt self-explanatory. I didn't really want a fancy title for that. But, you.
Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3.
Good
Yep.
choices.
Yep. Love Sparking Zero as well, so yeah.
Good. For me, I would say the SmackDown games.
Yes, good choice.
Max Payne. We Love Katamari.
Yes.
Hitman 2.
Yes.
The Tony Hawk franchise, which is like what I'm known for on YouTube.
Yeah.
And Playboy Mansion game.
Kind of hard counts of the game.
I think I brought Dad in to show him the high score of that one.
Spence?
Are you sure about that? Bully on the PS2, or as it's known on the PS2, Canem Edit.
Ugh.
Yeah, we just call it Bully. Burnout 3 Takedown was already mentioned. That was something I wanted to Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
Of course. Yeah.
I think that's about it, really. All of them have already been talked about, so
That's it.
one, and there's also one more slide as well. We got
an opening slide. Don't worry about that.
Well,
mate. For me, I mean, God of War. It feels criminal that we didn't get to talk about it specifically.
Too many
but-
good games on the PS2.
Yeah, it was probably my second favorite. Like, it only... Lara just beat her. I'm so sorry. Psychonauts, of course. I know that's
a
more
good
associated
choice.
with Xbox, but it's still a killer platformer.
We need to wrap, mate.
Yep. Tyler Tasmanian Tiger.
Need for Speed Underground 2.
Yes.
That's another one.
right.
Lord of
Most
the Rings,
Wanted.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, of course, the best one, Monsters, Inc. Scare Island.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Last slide up.
Here is our last slide.
Spencer's running Melbourne Marathon tomorrow. If you would like to donate to him and help support Beyond Blue, you can do that at the QR code on screen. I think from all of us, thank you for coming in and putting up with us and our annoying takes. Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for coming in, everyone. Appreciate it.